has been let go.
Well, just a second there, Professor. We fixed the glitch.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. EHG has now dropped patch 112, and this is the largest bug fix and patch since they have released Cycle 2. And we're going to go through this in a fairly short video, but there's definitely some good stuff in there. But I just want to say right at the beginning, quick congratulations to Den, one of my community members. We had over 150 people in the 7th Action RPG treasure hunt race, and it was the first person to get the new Nihilus amulet that dropped with +2 to skills, add 1 LP to it, and slam a T7 health on it. It took 67 Aberoth tries. And finally it happened. Took 6 days. Treasure hunt done. Congratulations again. Custom Action RPG hat coming your way. All right, here we go. So I'm not going to read all this. I will link it in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Reading bug fixes is not overly exciting, but there's been a lot of questions around controller support, really around the evade mechanic. They added controller integrations for dungeon door panels and boss fight confirmation windows. B or start on the controller will now close the Nemesis panel. Visuals in UI, updated graphics for the Void, cultist enemies, added backer rewards painting for arena lobby, added death VFX on weathered statue enemies, and then a bunch of stuff on the way that mana is calculated. It used to round up now to the whole number, now it'll round up to the nearest 10th, and they just put in here how that is actually going to work with some examples. So your mana regen is just going to be more accurate. We don't need to go through that, okay? Nemesis, this is the big thing. This is what people are really going to care about. And this is a fixing an exploit. I'm going to go as far as saying this is fixing an exploit, but buffing the Nemesis encounters. So it's a fix and a buff. Here we go. Nemesis spawn changes. In the campaign, Nemesis does not spawn if the items were generated at least 15 levels above the zone level, or there is an egg present. Additionally, if the player interacts with the Nemesis in a campaign zone for a certain level, then the interacts with the Nemesis in the campaign zones at or below that level 3 more times, the Nemesis will not appear for them in the campaign zones for that level or below. So basically what people were doing is that they love the Nemesis system so much, but really what they're doing is upgrading their gear through the egg mechanic, that they just kept spawning Nemesis inside of the campaign over and over and over and over again, because obviously as action RPG gamers, we got to do what's most efficient, even if we know what we're doing is not the way it's intended to be played. So they are changing the way Nemesis spawn so that people stop abusing the campaign Nemesis. Related area level changes. To prevent encountering the above Nemesis spawn protection in normal play, we've adjusted several arena area levels. They're trying to fix it, which is good. You know, we break it, they fix it. Now here's the buff. Other Nemesis changes. Increased base Nemesis spawn rate. Before, additional spawn rate was from corruption by 15%. The Nemesis icon is shown on the minimap at the same distance as the chat message triggers from 67% of the distance. So a lot of times the message will trigger, but you still don't actually see where the hell the Nemesis is at. So now when the message triggers, the icon on the map will trigger so you can know exactly where it is. Nice little quality of life. Bug fixes. We're now moving on to the more boring part of this video, but ultimately there's lots of skills that obviously need to be tweaked or fixed, or things aren't multiplying correctly. So minions, fix minions animation getting stuck after a scene transition. They updated Earthquake, Explosive Trap, Falconry, Flurry, Gathering Storm, Glyph of Dominion, Reaper Form, Serpent Strike, and Storm Totem. So if you were having any problems with one of those skills, again, I will link this in the description. Check out, and hopefully your bug has been taken care of. Controller support. Now, this is something that I mentioned earlier in the video, that there's lots of people that want their controller to work better, function better. especially with adding in a new button with evade. So this is a huge controller update. And when I am live later tonight on Action RPG, Aaron Action RPG on Twitch, I want to talk to everybody if they feel like this has been a big update to controller support, because they took care of a lot of problems. So hopefully your controller is working better. Nemesis fixed a bug which could cause a second non-functional Nemesis to appear. I have not seen that bug, but that's been fixed. Fix being able to add duplicate new legendary affixes with the second Nemesis empowerment. Fix not being able to gain suffixes with the second Nemesis empowerment. Reduced LP rolls when adding more affixes to legendaries with Nemesis to counter effect of fixing the non-suffix bug. That makes sense. Fix the bug where the blood Nemesis had a bloody VFX after death. Now, a lot of people, this has also happened to me. It really is a terrible feeling. And me, it doesn't matter if it's Last Epoch, Diablo, Torchlight, PoE. I am not a fan of after death effects, and I wish that it did not become such a staple in this genre. Why does everything have to do something after it dies? I don't know. It's just the way it is. But you empower your rewards, fight. You empower your rewards, fight. And now it is time to finally get your loot, and you kill the Nemesis, and then the Nemesis kills you, and all your loot is laying on the ground. And it's gone. It's gone. It's a really horrible feeling. And I know someone right now is commenting, get good. Visuals, fix the bug where Mage and Acolyte were holding stabs backwards. These are just the improved blending of black hole materials and Altar Oblivion. We don't need to read all this, just an update to visuals. UI, they did some UI updating inside of the loot filter and inside of the factions and inside of the blessings panel and inside of the character sheet. They updated some enemies. They updated some level design. And again, if you really care about this, you could read it. It's in the description. So what's next? The team has already begun working on a large number of bug fixes and updates for the future patch. If you did not see your issue addressed this time around, rest assured it has not been forgotten. We thank you all for your patience and your value your feedback. So, you know, for a first update, listening to what the community is going through, I mean, this is a pretty big patch. We are officially 1 week since 1.1 has dropped, and we've already got, I think, 3 updates to the game, which feels pretty timely. This is unequivocally the biggest one, and I felt like this was actually worthy of a video. But do me a favor. This is going to be my ask at the end. In the comment section, if there is a bug that's driving you crazy, even if you haven't reported it, put it in the comment section. In a couple days, I will scan through all the comments, and if there's anything that I feel is worthwhile, I will bubble up your concerns to EHG and see maybe if we can get them taken care of. So that's the video. Pretty short and sweet. I will be live later today on Aaron Action RPG on Twitch. Again, congratulations to Den for winning the 7th treasure hunt race for Action RPG. It took him 67 Aberoth kills to get it complete. Join the Discord, 4,200 members, and we have a new giveaway going on just for being a member of the community. Free copy of Last Epoch, and check out the Patreon. Game night for Patreon is coming up this Friday. We're going to be power leveling in Last Epoch and beating the final bosses in V Rising. All right, I'm done. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.